Okay, I'd like to thank the grace of heaven, the virtues of masters, and the compassion and mercy of the grand predecessors, transmitters, temple masters, lecturers, and everyone for giving me this opportunity today to continue the topic from last week on the golden thread or the golden lineage. Okay, all right. Okay, so we left off at number 7, which is the relationship between cultivation and society. So now number 8. So we have eight more parts to talk about. Okay. So all right. So the golden lineage also involves or also involves or encompasses the connection between cultivators or cultivation and the Buddhas. Okay. So remember from okay, I don't have the, well, yeah, I mean, I can show you here. Okay, this is what the original, remember the original script is, okay, the original script. Okay, so it's a lot of information, all right? So remember on the PowerPoint, right? The 4 bullet points are just the first 4 I could say phrases. Okay, and this is a scripture, right? It's sand writing by holy teacher. Okay, in 1944. Just remember from last week at the beginning, at the intro. Okay, so the first 4 bullet points are just the you can say sometimes it could be literal translation, but generally, as best as I can, translation of the first 4 phrases. Okay, of these are like a poetry. Okay, and then the bullet points that follow are kind of like a summary of this, and this is kind of like a summarization. Okay, of the first 4, the first 4 phrases. Okay, but then there's the whole body. There's a main body of further description, and these are poems too. Okay, but these are 7 characters. This is ancient Chinese poetic format. But anyway, okay, that kind of like explains more in depth about this particular topic. Okay, all right. So it's a lot of information. There's no way, we don't have the time to do all this. It's impossible. You can go into a lot of detail. It's extremely, you can go into a lot of detail. So just FYI, okay, just for know the background. If you have time, you can go research this. Okay, I'm just doing this part. Okay, so it's like a summary of a summary. Okay, so just FYI. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Okay, the first 4 bullet points right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, are just like little translation. Kind of literal, okay? I try to make some sense of it, but okay. So Buddha's spiritual essence is bright, heaven bestowed Buddhas to help propagate the Tao, and wise people are still in a dream. That's people who are lost or who are not aware of the Tao and not aware of the internal true meaning, okay? Not only are they lost, not only are they not aware of the Tao, but they don't understand what, even people may have heard of the Tao, okay, or aspects of the Tao, right? Like maybe people have heard of Lao's teachings, Confucius teachings, or even Buddhist teachings, etc. Whatever. Okay, but they still are not aware of the what the true meaning is. Okay, they just think, oh, it's another philosophical, religious, thought or whatever. Okay, all right. So the fifth bullet. Okay, so what is the connection? That heaven, God, you can say God, okay, began this timing. This is the timing from heaven or from God is ripe. Okay, the timing is ripe. So that's why now, now is the time. Now's the time. Okay, for the Tao to manifest, to be openly propagated, to spread, to throughout the world, okay, to all others, okay, not just not just people who are actively seeking, but also to everybody, okay, to everyone. All right. So also, so the time is such that now is that we call the affinity. The timing is such that now there's opportunity for those who have affinity to the Tao, okay, affinity to the Tao, meaning those who have cultivated, search for the truth, search for the answer, search for the true meaning of life and all that stuff, okay, all right, so that would include obviously, previous, people who were disciples of Buddha, disciples of Lao Tzu, Confucius, etc. Okay, those are they are going to contact with the enlightened masters, carrying this, having this mandate, right? To come to us. So there's this like an affinity, okay, an attraction. There's going to be an attraction during this time, during this, we call the transition between the red and the white, right? The universal salvation, the three realms, time. Okay, all right. So we should understand that. Now he's talking. This is addressing to those people who have the affinity to find the Tao, to encounter the Tao. Then that means we have to understand that our mission, therefore, is to cultivate the Tao. That's it. Okay, it's forget about all the mundane matters. I mean, it's not that you ignore it all. The point is that's not the first priority. That's not the top. Okay. So the top is this. Okay. So in order to do that, we have to respect, honor heaven and earth and all the sacred beings. Okay. So, times the Buddhas, the immortals. Okay. That's what I say. Okay. Now, so yeah, we had. Now remember, to respect all sacred beings, the holy beings, the Buddhas, specifically would be the Buddhas. Okay, so remember that was the first of our 15 rules and regulations, right? Remember, right? Okay, I mean, so that's the external side. I mean, there's the internal component too. So we have to be careful. We should not be careless. We should not ignore, the dishonor or be disrespectful. Okay, of the Buddhas, okay, of heaven and earth, because then that means our life will be difficult. We'll encounter more difficulties because the Buddhas won't be able to help us, right? So we must believe. Okay, all right. So there are many levels, but this is good enough. I mean, it also applies internally to it, not just external. But because what does it mean, sacred beings? I mean, Buddhas. Aren't we all Buddhas too? We are. We just don't know it. We just haven't realized it. We haven't achieved that level of awareness, et cetera, right? But we are. So we should also respect ourselves, our, right? Okay, all right? Honor our true nature, our Buddha nature. Okay, all right, okay, anyway. All right, next slide is, and also another aspect of this connection, wait. Oh, okay. Sorry. So, okay. So that's it. Okay. So this is just I kind of shortened it. So, okay. So that's eighth. Okay. The eighth part. Then there's the ninth part. Okay. The next component is, then there's a connection. This golden thread also involved, there's a connection between cultivating or cultivators and deceased souls. It's our ancestors. Okay. Departed ancestors. Okay. Departed. Okay. So we have to completely fulfill filial piety. Okay. Even though, especially, respect and honor our ancestors, right? Okay. Uplift deceased ancestors' souls from the deep, bitter world, okay? Aware of their karmic debt, take responsibility for them to pay back, okay? So there's an old saying, the tree intends to be, upright, okay? Still, stand upright. Unfortunately, the wind never stops though, right? You can't, okay? So there's like a opposition, okay? It's not, everything is not ideal, okay? It may not be ideal, okay? You will encounter resistance, maybe that's another way of saying, okay? The tree, always tries to stay upright, right? But unfortunately, there are going to be winds, right? Like here last night, there were pretty strong winds. It woke me up. I could hear the winds. It's kind of weird. It's pretty strong, right? Okay, so anyway, so that it can be metaphorical. Remember, this is an old saying, okay? Okay, for all difficulty, challenges, obstacles, etc. Okay. Similarly, when as children, okay, we may want to take care of our parents. We may now, as we grow older, when we have our children of our own, we kind of like, oh, you know what? What about our parents, I should be taking care of them too now, right? But then because they're old, right? They can't, but unfortunately they're no longer there, right? So I mean, okay. So this is kind of like, all All right. So it's just telling you. I mean, it's maybe not necessarily. It just means that when we come to realize that, oh, we should be taking care of our parents, don't wait until they're not there anymore, right? That's kind of late, right? That's kind of wishful thinking. Okay, that's kind of a regrettable situation, right? Okay, so remember that the grace of parents, it's so huge and limited, as high as Mount Tai and as deep as ocean, right? Nothing. Okay, this is a very common description of on the Dharma class topic of filial piety, right? We talk about that line. Okay, I mean, okay. So as humans, though, because we are humans, right? We have feelings, we have parents, etc. Right. Okay, we must always pay respect to our parents because they gave birth to us. Without them, we would not exist, right? Obviously. Okay, so when they're alive, though, we should fulfill our propriety, our duties, but filial piety only apparently mostly applies to their physical benefits. Usually, I mean, right? The filial piety class talks more about that, right? Talks about the emotional aspect too. That's also physical, right? Just when, okay? So it's what Holy Teacher is trying to point us is that it's, true filial piety or higher level, the highest level of filial piety is more than just, following the filial proprieties and taking care of the physical, emotional needs. Okay, that's what should drive it or maternity. Okay, so physical bodies last. The third bullet point is physical. The physical bodies only last right for so much time, right? So we can't last. So does that mean that filial just means taking care of their physical, material, emotional needs when they're still there, when they're still here, and then that's it? No, right? So that's what Holy Teacher is trying to point us to that. Okay, so there's a confusion saying that we should always honor the grace of parents, sometimes even when they're not alive, even when they're not here, right? So that's why it's we have to honor, respect our ancestors, right? Okay, so that's what I mean. Our previous generation. Obviously the most immediate generation is our parents, then the grandparents, etc., right? Okay, so there's a Buddhist saying that says, when one attains the Tao, one can uplift 7 generations of ancestors. That is true. Okay, so that's where this comes in. Is that even though when they're no longer around, okay, our ancestors, our parents, okay, when they're deceased, to attain to reach the highest level of filial piety, yes, they're gone. So there's no nothing material or emotional that we can grant them, right? So but we can still uplift their souls. That's the higher level. So it becomes a spiritual level, right? Okay, so the highest level of filial piety would be at the spiritual level, that means that we can uplift. Remember, this is the perfect time, right? The universal salvation of the 3 realms, even though they may not have received the blessing while they're still alive, right? You can still uplift, right? So that's the uniqueness or the specialness of this Tao. Okay, all right. And if we could do that, then that's true filial piety. Now, of course, now because this is talking about deceased souls. Okay, now of course, if you could achieve, if you could get your parents while they're still alive to receive the Tao, not the blessing, then that's fantastic. That's good. Okay, so that's the ideal, right? The ideal. But for most of us, that may not happen, right? That may not be the case. All right. Okay. So 28. Yeah. Okay. So people who are, how can I say? People who are not, who do not understand. That's the unwise people. But that's people who do really, you can say, yeah, short-sighted, or people who are confused, lost. Okay, they don't understand that, to uplift our ancestors. If you have the opportunity to uplift, it's a great deal because you are basically, allowing or giving your deceased ancestors the opportunity to return back to heaven, as opposed to, reincarnate to either suffer in the underworld and then reincarnate again, right, into the world, right? So you kind of, so it's a big deal. Now, usually the people who don't understand about tend to be very short-sighted, and also, maybe don't believe in reincarnation, that type of thing. Okay, so there are those. Okay, so we have to now, then that's not real, then that's not a real cultivator, right? Okay, anyway, but okay, so we should thoroughly understand that deceased ancestors' debts now are dependent on their willing to pay. Yeah, so there's a, I don't want to say there's a, yeah, you can say there's a catch, because causality, so that's a separate topic, right? Causality is fair, right? Does not play favorites, right? So just because, you are a Tao cultivator, and you have the opportunity, let's say your parents did not receive the Tao, right? But they're still alive, but you're still able to uplift them. You have enough merits, right? There's some qualifications, right? Merits, virtues to, because you've been cultivating, being a vegetarian and all that stuff. Okay, so you're able to uplift them, but you have to understand that the debts, the karmic debts of your parents, or of your deceased parents, then it has to be also repaid. They don't get a free pass. Yes, they get a free pass in the sense that their descendants can uplift them, but their karmic debts also have to be repaid, and that then transfers onto the shoulders of the children. Get it? So that's why, there are some qualifications that are required for one to uplift their parents, right? The deceased parents. You need to have quite a bit of merit, and you have to, and virtue, and also be willing to continue in order to pay back the debts, okay, the karmic debts, all right, of the parents. So that's fair. Then that's fair, right? Right? Because there's no free pass, right? Okay, or easy. Okay. So if we do not establish, so that's why it's important that as cultivators, right, we have to establish merits and nourish our great virtue. Otherwise, then we cannot completely fulfill our filial duties in order to, in other words, to uplift our deceased parents. Okay, so that's important. All right, so that's the connection. Okay, so that's also part of our golden thread, okay, lineage. Okay, all right. Now, but the other part is that now, as cultivators, as part of this golden lineage, right, this golden thread, this golden lineage, okay, it also implies, remember at the very beginning last time, at the intro, we say it's inseparable from our Buddha nature, and also from what? Morality, virtue, right? So that's where this comes in, okay? So Buddhist precepts, so there are precepts, there are, you can say rules. Yeah, I mean, precepts is more specific. I mean, in general, there are rules, there are guidelines. Maybe that's a better way of saying, okay? So Buddhist precepts are commandments. You can say, yeah, people say, like in the Bible, they have the 10 commandments, that type of thing, heaven law, heaven decrees, right? Okay, so we have to follow them. Okay, so do not treat them as child's play. You can't, we can't be, I mean, there is some flexibility, just like in the 15 rules and regulations, right? One of them says, oh yeah, you have to, also do things, in a flexible manner, but it depends on the situation. So oftentimes, there are what we call exceptions, which means what? Exceptions means what? It means there are situations, circumstances, etc., conditions where maybe you cannot be too strict. Okay, all right. So those are called exceptions. That means EY. Okay, that means that's not the rule. That's not the norm. That's not the norm. Okay, so that's why. Okay, so we shouldn't treat these precepts or these rules and regulations just as too loosely, as disregard them, or that's a child's play. That's not serious. We have to be serious. Okay, we have to be, and there's a reason for that. Okay, anyway, but that and then okay, the third bullet is, remember when we went through the Tao blessing ceremony, don't we have to make those 10 vows right at the beginning, right? Right. Okay, so that's a separate topic. That topic's been talked in fairly detail in the Dharma classes, right? So you remember, right? One of them is we have to follow, right, the rules and regulations. We have to be sincere, etc., repent, and all that stuff, right? Okay, and believe, follow the the Buddhas, the predecessors, et cetera, right? Okay. And lastly is do not go against heaven's will. Okay, yeah. So but then that sometimes it's left up to interpretation, but it just means that in general, let's just put it broadly. Just you should not go against. Well, specific. There are two ways. Okay, specifically would be go against the precepts. Okay, so if you break, the rules and regulations, if you reveal, the three treasures, to people, openly, to people who are not going to receive the Tao blessing, you bring people who have not, received the Tao blessing to the Dharma classes, have them, be attendees, that's like breaking the rules. Okay, so we have to be careful. Okay, so that's one one level of understanding. The other level is actually the higher level. Okay, it's really our conscience, our Buddha nature, our true self, our true nature. So if we go against that, then it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. So that's why we shouldn't kill, we shouldn't lie, we shouldn't do all that stuff. Right? Make sense? Okay. I mean, yes, those are also rules too. But anyway, go against our conscience. Okay. Anyway, so Tao has rules and regulations. So families have their own rule. Okay. So remember, is that last year, second year class? I think it's second year class or first year. We also have rules and regulations. Right? We talk about rules and regulations. There's a separate class about that. Okay. So anyway, yeah. Okay. So as Tao cultivators, we must maintain the rules and regulations. Why? Why? People say, oh, these rules don't apply to me or something. I mean, no, they do. I mean, in general, the whole point is because we are still cultivating. We are heading the direction, right? To what? To try to, you say achieve the Tao, attain, enlightenment, all that stuff. Okay. But along the way, we're still not there yet. Right. So we may not, it's very, how can I say, it's very likely or easy. Or at least there's a big potential for us to what? To go down the wrong path, right? Or, or to let's say to fall to temptation or whatever, okay, whatever desires, or when we have so much, let's say, we took a vegetarian vow, then, I don't know, for some reason we became tempted and we started eating meat in a break. So the whole point of these rules is to help us stay on the path. Basically, don't deviate. And also, if we do to deviate, how we can get back to that path. Make sense? Okay, that's the whole point. All right. Okay. So the couple, and also there are a couple other reasons is to also help us stay on the path. How? By what? By we call it by discipline. By disciplining our body and our mind. Okay. So the precepts or rules and regulations, if you will, help us. Okay. Or reminds us, you can say, reminds us, helps us to what? To discipline ourselves, to discipline our mind, to discipline our, our actions, our behaviors, etc. Okay, our thoughts, etc. All right, so that's what it is. Okay, so that's a good reason for that. Also part of the precepts is to what? To help us to what? Maintain, respect, and honor the Tao and the Buddhas and the predecessors, etc. Right? Okay. So that's the first 2 points. Okay, as the standard. That means as the norm. That means that's the what kind that standard? Yeah, you can say that's the basic. That's the basic. Okay, that's okay. So okay. So we should also the precepts help us to what? Reminds us to be humble, right? To be humble. And at the same time, to be harmonious, to get along, right? Get along with everyone, right? Okay, to get rid of our hate, right? Or part of the, you can say that's one of the 3 poisons, right? Part of it, it's rage, hatred, right? Okay, keep angry thoughts, right? Rage, hatred. Okay, then we can, as long as if we can do that or make progress in those areas, then we can our virtues. We can nourish our virtues. Okay, right. Okay, so reduce our rage, our hatred, our jealousy, all that. Okay, then naturally our virtues we can will improve, will increase, will how can I say, ultimately that those virtues will come out directly from our Buddha nature, our true self. So because we have no longer have any of these external things, like these the ego, rage, hatred, all that emotions, because once they dissipate, what's left is our true nature, and then the virtues of our true nature and the wisdom will naturally manifest, come out. Okay, so that's how we do. So if we do not follow and practice the rules and regulations, we really cannot achieve the Tao and fulfill. Okay, so I mean, if you really want to go further and deep, I mean, that's why this is the foundation. Okay, for in Buddhist, teachings, right? The Buddhist teachings, the three non-outflow, san wu lo xue, right? The first one is what? Precepts. Okay, precepts. So when when Ananda asked Buddha, okay, 4 questions. The first question he asked Buddha, this is before Buddha attained parinirvana. Okay, he asked Buddha, who should I follow? In the sangha, who's going to lead us? So Buddha responded by saying who. He didn't say who. He said what. He said precepts. He did not designate. I mean, technically, if you want to be, technical, he should have said. We think that Buddha would say, "Oh, it's Mahakasyapa, Jasa." Okay, because he attained enlightenment, right? Remember the flower sermon, right? Okay, so he should be the designated next patriarch, or the first patriarch of Buddhism, or whatever. Okay, that he was the one that you follow. No, but Buddha was smart. I mean, when smart, he was wise. This is called wisdom. Okay, the Tao, you don't follow the person. Yeah, really, you follow the Tao, the principle, and the principle is embedded. First and foremost, the foundation of the principle would be the precepts. Make sense? Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, precepts are different, like I said, has different levels. Okay, of understanding. Now, the most basic level is we have to discipline our mind, our bodies, etc. Don't commit. Those where's that, the 5 great sins, or 5 cardinal sins, all that stuff. Okay, so but that's just at the basic level. Okay, then there's more advanced level. Okay, all right. So anyway, all right. Okay, so that's another subject for today. Okay, so now let's go to the 11. Okay, 11. Now the next component of the golden lineage, that is that of the Tao, is that there are going to be hardships. Okay, this is real. This is realistic. Okay, so holy teacher is not going to say, "Oh, just because you believe in me, you follow me, you pray to me, you worship the Buddhas, you're very sincere or whatever, and then everything's going to be smooth sailing. It's going to be a smooth sail." That's not true, because there's a reason, right? There's a reason, right? Anybody know the reason? Actually, there are many reasons, but one of the reasons is that we all have karma. We all have. Okay. So when we come into this world, into this dualistic realm, right? Duality, right? Believe you me, the law of causality takes effect. Okay. It's going to be in play. All right. It's going to play. All right. So we all have karma. So you can run, but you can't hide from karma. Karma eventually will catch up. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so and then that's another reason too, because and here it is. True Tao has real tests. Okay, so true Tao. Yeah, let me continue. Just recognize clearly achieving Buddha is very difficult. Suffer all the sufferings, and the joy of attaining Tao is indescribable. Okay, as to the first point. Okay, so this is where we have to understand. Okay, we have to have that wisdom to understand that whenever we are pursuing something that's real, that's true, that's absolute, that's right. Okay, it is not not the case. Okay, I would say, practically almost 100% of the time. I mean, yeah, you can say that it's going to be always smooth. It's almost like impossible. Okay, and there's a reason for that. Because if that's the case, if let's say, oh yeah, I'm going to receive the Tao blessing and I'm going to come out, oh, smooth out. No, and then for the rest of your life, everything's going to be hunky dory. Okay, no problems, nothing, no tests, no, I would say tests, no adversities, no difficulties, no challenges, no obstacles, etc., etc. Well, then why are you incarnating in the world then? Right? I mean, if you have nothing, no problems, no nothing, you wouldn't need to reincarnate in the world. Get it? Okay. Now there are cases where some people, especially young children, and not necessarily, not just people. Yeah, they once they receive that, they leave because there's nothing for them to do. They have no debts. You can say no debts, no nothing. But those are very few, right? Those are very few. I mean, God forbid. Heaven forbid. If all of us just receive that, then boom, we're gone. I mean, in one sense, it's good, but in a sense, it's not bad because then who's going to be, propagating that, right? So okay. So the point is, everybody has karma, but different levels, right? Different, but vast majority, you can say nearly all. We all have karma that has to be either paid or has to play out. Get it? Okay. So okay. Unless all of us are already enlightened beings and we come into the world and have to do something and receive the Tao and then we can go. Okay, so unless you're like that level, okay, okay. So that's as a cultivator, we should, because that's the case, because of that reality, we must have this courage. Okay, we must not fear, not be afraid of facing challenges. Maybe that's a better way of saying, okay, or encountering challenges. Okay, so at the very first challenge or obstacle, we don't give up. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, so every time one encounters hardships, one should be aware that this is part of, you can say, the workings of the Tao. Karma, etc., causality. That's how things turn out. But even though, as long as you are sincere and you truly cultivate, okay, and truly establish merits and virtues, how can I say there? And now this would be a separate topic in the causality, right? In law, cause and effect, a class topic. That even though, yes, you may have karmic debts or certain obstacles that you will encounter, but somehow, because of your sincerity, your cultivation, etc., it can be transformed from a big deal to a small deal or something like that. Okay, it's called okay. So that's why. Okay, so now so that's one aspect. The other aspect is that the reason why we should be willing to face up or have the courage to face adversities, challenges, obstacles, etc., is because it is also a test of our wisdom and sincerity, right? Okay, so if you are truly sincere and you have reached or developed some level of wisdom that's from our, ideally from your Buddha nature, okay, Buddha nature wisdom, the Mahaprajna, okay, then we should know that these tests are that we can overcome these tests, these obstacles, these challenges with wisdom and sincerity. All right. Okay. So that's why, we say, especially in this era, we call it, not just the universal salvation, during this period, but also, we're entering this white era, which is really the Dharma ending age. Okay. 末法期, okay, 末法期. That one of the tests, there are challenges too. There are calamities, all that stuff. They're actually physical, natural disasters, etc. Okay, but they're also tests of our wisdom and sincerity. And that's where the asuras come in. Okay, a lot of the asuras right now, their tests, they would test the cultivators, not non-cultivators. Okay, non-cultivators, causality will take care of that. Karma will take care of their business of their side. Okay, that they're in. But for the cultivator side, okay, not only will we obviously face tests or challenges from karma due to karma, but also from asuras. Okay, so and that's where the real wisdom comes out. I mean, we have to use wisdom, okay, to overcome that, and sincerity, obviously. Okay, all right. So that's just FYI. Okay. Also, we have to be willing to accept all hardships when encountering everything our efforts remain. Yeah. This is also it just basically remember, what is it? The first, second, third. I think it's the fourth and sixth paramitas, right? Fourth means that we have rigorous progress. Okay, we don't let obstacles stop us from progressing in our path of cultivation, and also we have to use wisdom, right? Okay, so the key is knowing that. Because we can have use wisdom and sincerity to overcome that, then we should be willing to accept. We should not hide. Yeah, you can run and hide, but you can't hide forever. Okay, all right, for challenges. Okay, eventually, karma will catch up, etc., etc. Okay, so first we can, and if we could do that, then we can reduce our previously karmic debts, right? We're not afraid to face them, to pay back, to right. Okay, to our karmic debts. Okay, so therefore that's done and over with. We don't have to worry about in the future. All right, okay, that was can come up. Okay, then also we can restore. At the same time, the more debts we repay, the more sincere we are. The more virtues and merits we accumulate. So therefore, our spiritual brightness will increase. Okay, so that means we have less of the what we call I call it the dust that's covering our true self, our true nature, okay, Buddha nature. Okay, and that's it becomes so. This is a virtuous cycle, by the way. Okay, that's a virtuous cycle means it's what 良性循环. Okay, 循环. Okay, 良性循环. Right, it's a virtuous cycle. That's how you maintain, your course, your progress. Okay, you have to do it this way. You can't run and hide. Okay, all right, okay, all right, okay. So if one cannot bear all the hardships, then one misstep can bring lasting. But yeah, because we're not accumulating or establishing merit and virtues. Where how can we fall, when we encounter obstacles or difficulties, we give up, right? So at the very end, that there's going to be a warning for that. But anyway, okay. So that's a shame, because this is the lifetime. Oh, this is the period. Maybe that's a better way of saying the white period. It's the period where we have this opportunity to accumulate a lot of merits and also reduce our karmic debts in this one lifetime. So we don't have to wait, or we don't have to take multiple lifetimes to do that. You understand? So that's why it'd be a lasting. It'd be a big deal. I mean, it'd be a big loss. Okay, so that's okay. So when the time comes, all the regrets. So when in the end, at the very end, when we are, at the end of our lives, if we have any regrets, and because we didn't do this, then it's kind of late, right? So okay, all right. So that's very regrettable, very, very sad. Okay, now, so then, okay, since we're talking about previously karmic debts and all that, or cultivate, obstacles, etc. So then, how do you reduce our karmic debts? Okay, so once again, this is a specific topic in. I think we have in Dharma class. We talk about how to reduce Dharma. I mean, maybe not bad, but it's Paul law causality. Okay, so bones of living and dead pile like mountains. Causality repeats the cycle, wishing to decrease wrongs and evil debts first must pay back with virtue. Yeah, that's the key. You have to. And how do you get virtue? Is you have to cultivate, right? Virtue is not bestowed on you with nothing. I mean, based on nothing. Okay. All right. Based on nothing. Okay. So you have to cultivate. You have to have sincerity, right? You have to, progress. Okay. You have to, okay. Since we have already been here in the cycle for, 60,000 years, this small cycle doesn't mean that, we're constantly reincarnating. So these endless cycles of, cause and effect, good and evil, will happen, will respond, to each other, right? They play off each other, right? They come and go, with each other, right? They rise and fall with each cycle. Okay. So now the last one's reign for, okay. So those of us who still continue to have desires for, greed, for power, for connect, whatever, for fame, for wealth, that means we're lost. We're still lost, okay? And that's how, karmic debts are accumulated, okay? Right? Over many, many lifetimes. So we want to be mindful of that, and you don't want to do that, okay? So obviously, okay? Okay? And so if we wish to reduce our wrongs and guilt and, sins, etc., then we have to pay it back with virtue. That there's no other way, unfortunately. Okay, there's no other way. Okay, that's why we should have to continue to cultivate. We should not give up. Okay, when we encounter difficulties. All right. Okay. All right. So fortunately, in this white period, this Tao is, it's being brought, it's widely spread, fairly wide, right, quite widely. So shoot. So this is a very, there's a very good opportunity, okay, to establish, perform merits and establish virtues, okay? All right, that's to cultivate, so to continue to cultivate, okay? All right, okay. So do not miss. Oh, what happened here? Do not miss this marvelous karma, this marvelous, you can say, opportunity. Okay, so therefore we should continue. We should act swiftly, right, and with courage. Okay, so we should, we should continue. We should redouble our efforts. Okay, to cultivate and progress. Okay, so we should be. We should have courage, okay? And so do not fear difficulties and obstacles, okay? So that once we understand that after our debts, karmic debts are paid back, are gone, okay? Then we can what? Absolutely return back to absolute realm, absolute heaven. And we're no longer what? Are forced by karma, by causality to reincarnate, to be reborn. Okay, so this is a great opportunity, once in a lifetime opportunity. So now, okay, we talk about how to pay back it. Now this involves the whole process of cultivation, the whole lifelong journey of cultivation. That's also the golden thread, the golden lineage. Okay, okay. So we are fortunate to be born in this white period, in this era, to receive the Tao blessing and understand that true cultivation, because true cultivation can establish amazing merits, or you can say limitless merits. Okay, the key is you have to be sincere and also be non-conditioned. So when we cultivate, right, when we do, quote unquote, do good things, we should not do good things because we say, oh, I'm going to benefit. No, then that's conditioned, right? You should do it because it's natural. We say even the right, when we say the right reasons, it's not, it's a little bit, okay? It's not, it's not 100% correct. You do it because that's the way it should be, okay? That's the way it is. That's natural. That's what I say, natural, non-conditioned, because that's how our conscience or our Buddha nature would do it. Okay. All right. So now attaining Tao has its process. Okay. So so there is a process. Okay. There are steps. Okay. There's a journey, in other words, okay, to achieve the Tao. All right. To attain the Tao. Because that's why it's a journey. It's a lifelong journey. Okay. So during ancient times, it's very difficult, right, for Tao cultivators to encounter, right, enlightened masters, and they have to endure many, many difficulties, hardship, tests, right, tests of sincerity, of wisdom, etc., etc., etc. So after they've accumulated or achieved or completed their, let's say, fulfilled their, their duties, their merits, then they will receive the Tao blessing from Enlightened Master. So it's very difficult, right? During those, especially during the green and red periods, right? So therefore, during the ancient time, during the previous times, cultivators have to cultivate first and receive the Tao blessing later, right? Now, so if one does not perform merits and establish that, then we cannot think that, we can achieve the Tao, attain the Tao, attain enlightenment. That's impossible. You still, just because we receive the blessing, right? Now it's the other way around, right? We receive the blessing first and we cultivate later, second, right? If we just receive the Tao blessing at the temple and then we disappear, we no longer cultivate or whatever, do whatever, guess what? You're not going to achieve the Tao, okay? Now, you can temporarily escape reincarnation, but that's temporary, okay? That's not permanent, okay? Now we can see the blessing and cultivate that because they're having grace the entire time. Everyone has different circumstances. The way of cultivation may be different, right? Whether through relinquishment or giving dharma, one must clearly understand the purpose, okay? So we should, never lose aim, right? Never lose our purpose of why we are cultivating, right? Okay, so all right, okay. So when we encounter many difficulties and tests, we must subdue our body. Yeah, we must discipline. We must be in control, be master. Maybe that's another way of saying be the master of our bodies and minds. It's not easy. That's why we have to all the previous steps, right? Especially number 11, we talk about cultivation. Number 10, number 10, follow Buddha's precepts and cultivation, right? Okay, so we have to be mindful. Okay, so after our merits and achievements are fulfilled, looking back, we become more aware of the Tao, right? Our awareness, the Jue, our awareness, or you can say awakening to the Tao. That's the broader sense, more specific awakening to our Buddha nature, to the Bodhi mind, right? On a personal level, okay? Then the process from receiving the Tao, the blessing, to attaining the Tao, to enlightenment, to achieving the Tao, to attain, okay? From no virtue, no faith at the beginning, right? To true faith, from small vows, right? When we make the 10 great vows, etc., when we receive the blessing, to ultimately, right? To be a pioneer of the Tao, to be a temple master, etc., right? Okay, to give up to devote our entire lives to the Tao. Okay, to great vows. Then these are the things that we become awakened to in our lifetime journey of cultivation. So this is the whole process. Okay, all right. So all right, and this is also the golden thread. Okay, golden lineage. Okay, so now, but the golden also part of the process of cultivation. One of the things that we do not become separated from is what? The temple, right? You can say, the temple, the Sangha, okay, the temple. Okay, so there's a true meaning for what the Tao temple is, okay? It's that it's where Buddha's hand down, the marvelous teachings, okay? And the messages, guide us, especially cautions us, to not become lost and be confused, okay, and to help us understand thoroughly what's loving compassion and manifest more the marvelous Tao. Okay, so that's what the Tao temple means. Okay, temple could be both the external level and the internal level. Okay, all right. So the third and fourth Buddha, it's more, you can say, interpreted from the internal side. Okay, because you are also the Tao temple too. Okay, believe it or not. Okay, so anyway, okay, so Tao inherently is the highest principle. It's formless and shapeless, right? We talked about last week in the beginning. Okay, what is the Tao, right? And heaven inherently does not speak, right? It doesn't speak. It is silent, right? Odorless, et cetera, right? Okay, all right. But it's a pity that people have entered this phenomenal world, right? Being endowed with this chi, this life force, right? And having material that cover their true nature, right? That's unfortunately what most mundane humans, the secular world is, right? Okay, that's unfortunately what people are like. That's the human condition, right? You can call it. Whereas but we should understand that there is a true nature or Buddha nature, self nature. Okay, that's inherent in all of us. It exists, but unfortunately, we don't know that it exists. We just think, it's the human consciousness, right? The human mind, the five, what we call that, the five, the 五脏, the five. What's the English thing? The 五脏, the five. Geez, 五脏. What's that? The phrase? The five. Oh, geez. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's those are all physical elements. Okay, so we think that that's the only thing that's true. Okay, and that's wrong. Okay, that's wrong. Okay, so if one wishes to caution the unwise, to give advice to the one wishes to guide the lost, right? That's sentient beings. You can say that's sentient being. Thereupon the miraculous temple scripture were established. Yeah. That's why Buddhas, holy teacher Buddhas and mortals, come to the temple via handwriting or channeling and provide us with numerous, countless teachings to help us to give advice, to encourage us to get on that path, to follow the Tao. Okay, so heaven, so represented by the Buddhas, immortals, etc. Okay, they make use of efforts by humans. So they combine their guidance or their teaching along with the efforts of humans, and the humans in turn rely on heaven, on the Buddhas, on the saints to help us succeed. Okay, so it's a combination of both. So it's not only one or the other. Make sense? It has to be both. Okay, it both has to be heaven and humans together. Okay, not one or the other. All right. Okay. All right. So fourth. Oh God, I'm over. Okay. So compassion and mercy is the same. It's the same. It's the same as the Buddhas. Okay, the Buddhas also, because they represent heaven, they represent God. You can say they also have the same compassion. Okay, now, so it's a pity something that they're very smart. Where let's say we know a lot or we're very intelligent, whatever. Not realizing that heaven is still feels sorry for us. Oh yeah. It's hard because we're still lost. Okay, because we don't know, we don't understand, we do not see the Tao. We were still lost and confused, even though we think we're very smart. Okay, because a lot of times we say, hey, especially we're in this scientific era, advanced, so advanced technology, right? Artificial intelligence, all of that, whatever. Okay, we say, hey, yeah, humans are so clever and smart. We can do this. But from heavens, from the enlightened view, that is still peanuts. Okay, that's nothing. That means you're still lost and confused. Okay, so more of all those who run the channel are really adolescents. Okay, they have very limited, and yet without that, how can there be boundness? How can they give so much scriptures? Okay, writings. Okay, so I'm gonna go very fast. What about the accuracy of the presentation? Right, a lot of times, in this, especially in the sand writing, there are what we call prophecies. Okay, that will that they will mention it first, but then it will manifest in the future. Okay, so anyway. Okay, so if we don't really understand this, we really have a very narrow view. Okay, very narrow, wrong view. And so lastly, what is the results of all the cultivation? Okay, and that's the you can say the final achievement of what the golden thread or the manifestation of the golden lineage. Okay, is the results. So achieving Tao bestows honor. Okay, achieving eminence for one's parents. Right, you have a good legacy. Right, to resolve the sufferings of life and death, never will reincarnate. We transcend. So there's a Confucian saying about roots. Right, 本跟末, right, roots and branches in the 本末 is right here. Okay, it's one is 根跟子, 根跟次, right, 根跟次. Okay, anyway, then there's a Buddha saying that cycle talk about reincarnations, causality. These are all the same principle. Okay, they're all about the Tao. Okay, they're all talking about the the causality, the Tao, the beginning, and all that stuff. Okay, so to receive the Tao is natural as it is to cultivate the Tao immediately. Okay, that's what our Buddha nature would do, right? Tao Te Ching, chapter 41. All right, about the how can I say, the 上士, that means the superior being. You can say, yeah, superior being. It's like the equivalent of the Confucian, Jingzi, the superior person. What they would naturally want to, to follow the Tao. Okay, because they are very close. They're very attuned to or aware of their Buddha nature, of their true nature, So that's natural. Naturally, they will want to immediately follow the Tao. Okay, so today we can perform merits and establish merit, fulfill vows and reduce our wrongs, right? Or mitigate our sins, our wrongs, etc. Okay, to go through countless adversity and tests, we still need to achieve the heavenly Tao, right? Regardless, right? We still have to that. Okay, so this is the way to manifest. I said the flavor of the Tao. That's the way. That's the flavor. Flavor means that's the way, the natural way, the way it's the Tao cultivation is like that. Okay, so that's the way to do it. The direction, direction. Okay, the method. Yeah, I'm saying methodology, but that's the direction. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, and lastly, heaven will not let down a person of outstanding quality to determine on the merits. Okay, so efforts determine the outcome. We are able to uplift 7 generations of ancestors to heaven, right? To escape the suffering of samsara, of reincarnation, to be able to reside in the realm of absolute bliss, permanent heaven. You can say permanent absolute heaven. Okay, so such true bliss is unimaginable, indescribable. So if we're unable to cultivate to the very end, and if we now there's a warning. Okay, so basically the second point is that there are amazing results. Okay, good things, marvelous, amazing things that we could achieve, by following this golden lineage. Okay, but the final bullet point is a warning to us, a caution. Word of caution is that if we are unable to cultivate to the very end, if we stop halfway, if we give up, okay, when the final, time arrives, right, then one is wandering without shelter. Literally, it just means like to fall and wither. It's like the autumn leaves. Okay, anyway, drifting and homeless. We should not blame Buddha, holy teacher, and God, okay, for being unmerciful, because actually they're extremely. It's just that we chose not to take this opportunity. Okay, I'm sorry I went overboard. There's a lot more, but anyway, okay, but it's just as let me give you 1 minute. It'll be 9 o'clock already. Okay, so basically this lineage, golden lineage, or the golden thread, right? It's very broad. Okay, so normally when we talk about this topic, we tend to just focus on the third point of this 15 parts, which is about the proof of the lineage of enlightened masters. And we talk a little bit about the Tao and the reasons for manifesting. So the first 3, but actually it encompasses everything. It encompasses about why we should aspire, right? What are the relationships between ourselves when we cultivate the Tao, between the cultivation and ourselves and the family and the society, right? The connection between cultivation and the Buddha, cultivators and the Buddhas, between cultivation and our ancestors, all right? And following the rules and regulations in cultivating, encountering difficulties, how to reduce our karmic debts, and what is the entire process of cultivation, and finally, what is the true meaning of the Tao, the Tao temple, we call it, and the final results. Okay, so it covers it's very broad, actually, all right? So it covers both the external aspects, the internal, the tangible, and intangible. Okay, I'm sorry I went over a little bit, but with that, I'll end here, and if there's anything I said that's not proper, I ask for God's forgiveness and for the Buddhas and saints' guide and everybody's guidance. Thank you.